Hi everybody, Anthony Navarro here and Adam Smith with Colorado Shooting Sports. We'd like to talk to you about hearing protection and some of the medical issues, some of the training issues, and also the different types of hearing protection that's out there. One of the things that I'm going to immediately talk about is the medical implications, or the way that it can affect your life. We have a lot of old timers that take the class and they tell me they've already lost their hearing, so they don't need hearing protection. But understand that hearing loss is cumulative and irreversible. You can't get it back. And so think about it this way: when you go to a rock concert and the next morning your ears are ringing, those are your little cochlear nerves giving their last hurrah because they're going to die. You're not going to get those back. So understand that people that typically buy the cheapest hearing protection they can get, these little $1 foamy things, yes, you're stopping the noise from going through the ear canal, but you're still getting that cochlear bone conduction right there, and so you're still losing hearing. Okay, so one of the things we're going to talk about next is some of the training and shooting issues. What are some of the things that we kind of see and can expect?
Every time you're using a firearm, you're having a small explosion go off in proximity to your body. Handguns in particular, you've got a very short barrel and a lot of burning powder, high velocity gases coming out the end. Your body senses that as a high pressure sound. What that does is cause discomfort. Your body reacts to discomfort by trying to avoid it.
And you
so
flinch.
What you'll do is you'll flinch, or you'll think it's coming, and you push the gun down. It can actually have a very serious detrimental effect on your performance while shooting if you're not wearing proper hearing protection.
And let's remember that when they do that, they're basically teaching themselves to pull the trigger wrong consecutively and consistently, so you're building a lot of bad technique. So another thing too is that women have better hearing than men in the higher and lower frequencies. So imagine this: if an explosion or loud noise hurts me and Adam, imagine what it's going to sound like to a woman. So it's extremely important with a woman. So we're going to kind of bounce back and forth here and talk about some of the hearing protection. Again, if all you have available is these little $1 foamies, great, use them. I got something even better for you that's cheap. If you find a couple of 9mm empty cases on the ground, stick them in your ears. They actually work exactly the same. What about these right here? These look like something you might have used when you were in the military.
These are actually very similar to what we were issued when we were in the military. They're kind of a little Christmas tree looking deal, and they're an improvement over the foam plugs. They do tend to have a little bit of a tighter seal, and the triple flange of them also seals a little bit tighter. The problem is it goes back to the same cochlear bone conduction hearing. You're still going to have the effects of those loud noises, those heavy vibrations going into your ear canal, even with it plugged like this. Better than nothing, and a bit better than the foam plugs, but still not necessarily the latest word.
At least they're reusable. These are like one time, they're gone.
Yeah.
Those you can use them again. What about these guys with the cord?
The cord's kind of cool because you can take them in and out and not lose them. These are a little bit more of a jelly kind. They're sort of a hybrid between the foam and the triple flanges. They work okay. I mainly got them just as if I don't have anything else, at least I've got these. I've got pretty bad tinnitus. I had a guy fire off a squad automatic weapon in a room about the size of a telephone booth right next to my head without hearing protection in. So believe me, if you want to know what long-term, like, nasty hearing loss is like, I hear ringing all the time, and it's not like, Christmas bells or anything. It's actually pretty unpleasant.
Yeah.
So I will always have something on hand because these are small and portable and easy to keep with you, but they still are not 100% effective. They're better than nothing, but it's not until we get into something like the ear muffs that we really get performance.
Ear muffs. I love these. Obviously you can compress them when you're not using them. They're really small. But the nice thing about these is that these will cover that little area where you can get that hearing loss. And if you notice, they're very low profile, so it can actually not get in the way when you're stalking, putting a rifle up to your cheek. However, these are actually so good that if you're in a class, you might have a hard time hearing the instructor, and sometimes when they're telling you not to shoot and you're shooting, that can be pretty bad, pretty dangerous, and that's where I'm going to have Adam talk about electronic hearing protection.
So electronic hearing protection came around a few years ago, and a lot of people kind of took it as a gimmick, or that'll, it's an interesting idea, but is it really useful? Bottom line, oh yes it is. For classes alone, the ability to hear range instructions, the ability to hear commands on the firing line is awesome. What these do is they have a highly sensitive electronic set of microphones in them. And they're actually stereo hearing, just like what you've got. You can hear directionally with them. But it's got electronic circuitry that's designed to cut off at a certain sound pressure level. When the circuitry detects sound at that level, it cancels the microphone and the speaker that's inside the hearing protection. So with these turned off, they function just like these. When they're turned on, it allows you to hear ambient noise around you, commands, range commands, much more clearly, oftentimes, than you can unassisted. But then when you fire your weapon, you don't get the blast. You get all of the advantages of not wearing hearing protection with none of the medical and harmful disadvantages of not wearing it.
Yeah, and let's talk about how to use this, because a lot of people don't use it right. If you notice, these microphones are in the front here, or if I'm the instructor, which I am, I want to be able to hear what's right in front of me, so I'm going to actually point these forward. But if I were the student, I would actually want to have the microphones to the rear, so I can actually hear what the instructor's saying behind me. And you're going to get that protection. You're going to be able to hear commands. And we actually have a sale going on a lot of the electronic hearing protection here in the shop. Come visit us here at 2435 8th Avenue in Greeley. Give us a call at Colorado Shooting Sports. I'm sorry, call it 970-395-0664. Visit us at coloradoshootingsports.com or Colorado Shooting Sports on Facebook. Have a great day.